There are a couple of different ways that you can view the calendars in LearningZone. First, we will take a look at the calendar button in the global navigation menu. When you click on that, you will see what is called your global calendar. This calendar displays assignments for every course that you're enrolled in. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see a list of all of your calendars, which is the same as the list of all of your courses. And you'll see that the colors here match the colored tiles that you see in your dashboard. They also coordinate with the items on the calendar. They're color-coded by course, so that way you can keep track of which courses your assignments are due for. If you see an assignment on your calendar that has a line through it, such as these, it means either you've already turned them in or possibly that the due date has already passed. Any other assignments that do not have a line through them mean that they're still coming up and you have not yet submitted them. If you want to view a calendar just for one or two courses, you can remove the courses you don't want to view by clicking on the colored tiles in the calendars list. When you do that, you'll notice that those courses and the assignments are being removed from the calendar. That can get kind of tedious, however, and if you want to view a calendar just for one course, there's an easier way to do that. I'm going to click on the dashboard button, and I'm going to go into one of my courses. You can also enter a course by clicking on the courses list here. So I'm going to go into this test course. In all of your LearningZone courses, you will see a link on the right-hand side called View Calendar. If you click on that, it will display the calendar just for this current course that you're in, and that way you don't have to go through the hassle of selecting or unselecting courses to view on your calendar. When you go to the calendar in LearningZone, it will always default to month view. If you want to switch from month to month, you would use the arrow buttons here. And then you can return to the current month by clicking the Today button. You can also view your calendar in week format. Any all-day events would display in the top row, and then you'll see an hourly schedule below that. Again, you can switch from week to week using the arrow buttons, and then return to the current week by clicking Today. If you would prefer to view your assignments in list form, you can click the Agenda button. Another neat feature in the calendars in LearningZone is the Scheduler tool. This comes in handy when instructors want to meet one-on-one with students. Let's say your instructor wants to meet with each person to discuss their topic for their final research paper. The instructor can set up dates and times that students can then sign up for. So to sign up for an appointment, you can either click on the appointment name or you can click the sign up link in the top right corner. Both of those will take you to the same place. You can see here this instructor blocked out 30-minute time slots on Tuesday, January 19th. All you have to do to reserve your appointment with your instructor is click on the time that you wish to reserve. You can add any comments if you need to, but then just click Reserve. And you'll see here now it indicates that that time has been reserved. If for any reason at a later time you need to change the time or unreserve your appointment, you would just come back to the same space, click on that again, and unreserve. It will give you the option of submitting some comments. Your instructor could see why you deleted that, and then you would just delete that appointment. We'll go back to month view, and I just want to show you a couple of other things in the sidebar on the right. Here you will see a quick view calendar. So this doesn't display your assignments, and when you change the months here, you'll see it does not change the months over in this area. This is really just a handy way to be able to see what days of the week a certain date falls on, for instance. Another item that you might find handy is the calendar feed. If you want to sync your LearningZone calendar with any other calendar you're currently using, you can use this link here to do that. So if you are using Google Calendar or Outlook or any other calendar that accepts iCal feeds, you can use this link here to sync those calendars. The last thing I want to point out is that you have a personal calendar in addition to having calendars for each of your courses. Your personal calendar will be indicated with your name, and I'm going to click on this so any personal items will display, and you can add personal appointments, events, or reminders on your own calendar, and none of the other students in your courses will see that. So you can add items two different ways. One is to click this plus button in the top right corner and add your event or appointment information there. If you want the date to autofill, you would just click on the date on the calendar. You'll enter the same information as you would if you had clicked the plus button, but here the date is automatically filled in. So let's say you want to remind yourself that you have a dentist appointment on January 6th, and it's at 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. You can add the location if you'd like. And again, your name will display here, and that's how you know that it's going on to your own personal calendar. I'll submit this, and then again, it's color coded, so I know that my dentist appointment is now displaying on my personal calendar. The calendar in LearningZone has been a really handy tool for students. We've heard in the last couple of semesters that students really love this feature. It really helps you keep track of your assignments so you don't turn them in late, and it's a great way to be able to see all of your assignments that are due in all of your courses.